Hey guys, so yeah, I know I've not made any interview video this year, or it's been a while since I released the video. That's because I've been very busy with my STP project. It has literally taken over almost everything about me. So I literally paused everything just to get it out of the way. But yeah, I'm just hopping on here to make a quick video. Ignore my voice. I've been battling cold. It's not cold anyway, sinusitis, so I've been on medication as well. But anyway, just want to say one or two about the STP interview because I've been getting a lot of questions. I've tried my best to answer some people in my DM. I think I've answered everybody, but I'm just going to make this quick video so everyone can benefit from it. So if you've gotten to this point in the STP application process, you need to understand that it's a huge step that you've gotten to. So congratulations on getting invited for an interview. In my opinion, getting through the interview is easier than getting through the long listing and short listing, because come to think of it, long listing is just the SJT and you're not even sure if the options you are picking are the correct ones, and then the short listing, someone is just reading what you've written. But this is an opportunity for you to communicate your passion and why you really want to get into the STP to your fellow human. I know that some people find it difficult to maybe have a conversation or communicate with other people, but you've really gotten to this step and you understand everything you've been through. You've literally been waiting since January. So if you've gotten to this point, I think it's best to do everything it takes in order for you to get through. So if you find it difficult talking to people, I think you should practice your responses either to the mirror, or you can just record yourself and listen to it and see if what you are saying is making sense, or you can try friends, family member. Just do everything it takes. So first of all, this is just me letting you guys know that you've gotten past some of the very difficult steps. So at this stage, you should focus on communicating your passion, your strengths, and everything, every reason why you want to get into the STP to your interviewers. So for preparing for the STP interview, I made a video on YouTube and I gathered that information, I think on Discord. I don't know where I got that from when I was preparing for my STP. So I prepared for general science question, specialty related question, also about technical question, and then questions around NHS values, and then we have leadership, well-being, and then just that category that addresses every other part. So the general science question, I've received a lot of questions in my DM about how to approach this, but honestly, I would say that during my interview, I didn't get a particular question that I would say is a general science question, because I'm in cancer genomics. I wouldn't say I was asked, oh, describe genomics, describe the glycolytic pathway, or those type of scientific questions, right? I didn't get any of that, but I got a question that might be a scientific question in any way, but I didn't prepare for it, but I was able to answer it. It was just a general question. So for the general science bit, I know you might want to prepare. For me, I didn't go ahead to read anything specific. I just went to YouTube and listened to videos about basic information about my specialty, just to like refresh my memory, gene, genome, just those mitosis, meiosis. I didn't get any question about that, but when I started the STP anyway, that was still beneficial for me. So that was just what I did. But now we have AI, we have ChatGPT and different AI. So you can just do a summary, just something to just refresh your memory. Then specifically where I spent a lot of time preparing was the specialty related part. I read about all the techniques that are used in cancer genomics, which makes sense. If you're going for a particular specialty, cardiac science, gastrointestinal physiology, whatever specialty you are going to, it should make sense that you understand all the techniques they use in that specialty. If they look at diseases, you should be able to talk about maybe a particular disease. For instance, those that are going to genomics, they are very popular rare and inherited diseases. I didn't do a genomics interview, but if I was preparing for one, I should be comfortable talking about one of those rare and inherited diseases. For someone like me in cancer, I should be able to talk about the basic mechanism of cancer, the classification, those type of information that are very specialty related, because it wouldn't make sense that you are going for cancer genomics and then you are asked the classification of cancer and you don't know it. You get those type of information. That's what you should be thinking about. The technical part, what are the techniques that we use, what are the techniques that are used in your specialty, the role of a clinical scientist, and where does your specialty sit in the patient pathway. These are the kind of information you should be looking at in specialty related, because you're not sure. They're going to have a pool of questions. So even if I tell you the question I was asked, you might not be asked the same question. It might come from somewhere else. So you should be able to just go around your specialty and have a better understanding of it. And then for the questions around NHS core values, of course, nobody's going to ask you to define compassion or whatever. These are going to be scenario-based questions. So you should get ready to answer questions like, tell me about a time where you've shown compassion, tell me about a time, or tell me how you do this. We have compassion, working together for patients, which is teamwork. So expect that type of question to come scenario based. So you should be ready to answer it. It might not be exactly what you've prepared for, but you should prepare your mind that you will be asked a scenario-based question, and you should be ready to put your mind together and come up with something. And then for the well-being leadership, which is the last category, I don't know how you are going to prepare for that, or maybe if I were to prepare for the STP interview again, for this NHS core value part, for all the NHS core value, I'll prepare a scenario for them. Depending on how the question comes, I already have a scenario in my head. I'll kind of build my response around. And then for well-being leadership, depending on how the question comes, you should be confident enough to explain whatever they ask you. So I think I understand that you are nervous. I understand how you feel. I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. I was very nervous. But I'm here to reassure you that those interviewers, they're not necessarily there to scrutinize you. During my interview, I was very scared and nervous. But then some of the questions, one particular question, I think I was saying the wrong thing, but then they rephrased the question again. I kind of like called my attention back to it. Oh, you have an idea, but you are kind of, so they really want you to succeed. Again, you need to understand that for you to have gotten to this point, it means that you have what it takes to become a trainee clinical scientist. You get my point? Because they're not looking for experts. If they wanted experts, we have the in-service STPs where they take people that are already within the specialty, but they put this out there for everybody to apply because they want people that are teachable, people that have passion, people that are willing to learn. So you should be able to communicate to your interviewer that you are that person, and that will come out of your confidence and how you approach the interview, right? So again, I understand that you are scared, but you need to have that mindset that they want a trainee. You are teachable, you are qualified, you are that person. So go in with that confidence and then prove to them. Ensure that whatever you are saying, that first question they asked you guys in your essay, what is your motivation for applying to the STP and within your chosen specialty? I don't know if you will be asked that question, but that is the type of question that you should use to genuinely communicate your passion, your interest, and why you want to get the job. So I think one last thing would be learn and get ready and get prepared to approach a question even when you don't know the answer. I said in one of my videos that rather than just tell them you don't know what the answer is, I think you should approach it. I heard somewhere that they are also assessing your ability to think like a scientist, so you should learn or get ready to approach a question instead of just telling them you don't know. I think it's okay to say, I'm not sure if this is the answer, I'm not sure, but just go around the question, try to approach it, try to give it a go rather than just tell them you don't know, because you're not even sure if you'll be able to answer the next question. So imagine what it's like when you keep saying, I don't know, I'm not sure. I believe that might also affect your confidence in the interview. So I think you should approach the question, give it a go. Instead of tell them you're not sure, you don't know, you can say, oh, I'm not sure if this is the answer, but this is what I think. You say something, and then if you need a minute or a second to catch your breath and maybe come up with something, you can maybe tell them to repeat the question or something. But of course, you can't do that too much. These are just little strategies that will help you that will help to calm you down, help you to become less nervous, and then just do your best. So another point I would like to make is about the ranking. So some people are still worried about the ranking they had from their shortlisting. You need to understand that at this point in the interview process, all your ranking will reset to zero. So you guys are all on the same level, and offers will be allocated based on your ranking. So after the interview, you'll be scored and ranked again. So that is how they will allocate the offer. So stop worrying about your shortlisting score. I think they said where there is a tie, then they can use the shortlisting score. But the shortlisting score has nothing to do with how the offers will be allocated. So just know that you have to give the interview your best. Even if, let's say, a specialty has 10 slots and 20 persons have been invited for an interview, and you are the 20th person, it doesn't matter at this point. If you do very well in your interview, you can become number one in the interview ranking, right? And that way you will get your first choice location. I didn't get my first choice location. I got my second choice location, and oh my god, I'm loving it so much. So yeah, who knows the location that would favor you. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that your ranks will reset to zero, and it will be based on your interview. So remember to give the interview your best shot. So I think this is all I have right now. This is just remember that you are qualified. You've worked really hard to get to this point. Trust me, I think I heard you guys had 11,000 applications this year. So have the mindset of, if I've gotten to this point, nothing is going to stop me. So do all it takes, do all the preparation, ask all the questions, read, and when you get the questions, try to attempt it. Don't tell them you don't know. Say something around it. I wish you guys the very, very best. I wish you guys the very best. It always excites me when I get messages on my Instagram and TikTok. Oh, Cynthia did this. So I'm waiting for that. I wish you the best. Remember, you are qualified, and then you deserve to get into the STP. So congratulations in advance. I wish you guys the best. If you have more questions, you can drop it in the comment section, or you can send me a DM, and I'll do my very best to answer it. Take care, guys. Bye.